No matter who you know, 'cause this is real life, 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 real life.
What is a journal club? Well, to me, journal club is an opportunity for students to really get involved in something that interests them, and rather than just simply reading over a journal, we actually get to critique it, and that gives us a much better understanding of it than we would normally have. Overall, it's been a great experience.
What is Journal Club? Journal Club is basically where we all get together and find a research paper and present it. One of the major important things about Journal Club is we critique the papers in depth, and we have conversations. And basically, you can either support or go against the paper. And then what we do is we find kind of like loopholes, and we try to critique them, see what went wrong, see what they did right, type of stuff. So that's really fun about Journal Club.
Well, my study question for the journal article I read was, what are crustaceans' social behavior changes in response to isolation? So in the scientific world, there has been an increased interest in social behavior and the factors in which affect interactions between animals of the same species. To study these factors and behaviors, the scientists in this experiment have chosen to study crustaceans for several key reasons. First off, when studying crustaceans, aggressive behavior allows for the study of their physiology, their behavior and ecological natures. The crustacean is a key subject because it has a simple nervous system and it stereotyped aggressive behaviors. The conclusions that were made from this experiment were showing that social behavior can change because of the periods of isolation that were either between or before encounters. The length of isolation periods can change the fight outcome and change the effect of dominance over the other crayfish.
What is Journal Club? Journal Club provides scholars the opportunity to learn about various topics and subjects that all somehow come together during presentation. You see, scholars will each research their own subject and material, and at the end, each scholar will present their own individual subject or topic. And all of the topics and material will come together under one category, like evolution or global warming. That way, everyone can have a thorough understanding of global warming or evolution in a very studious and intriguing and inspiring way.
Journal Club is when students go and research an article, scientific article, that is an experiment. It has to have data and graphs or something numerical, and then they read it and summarize it, and what's the word I'm looking for?
Critique.
Yes, critique it, analyze it and critique it. And then they present it in front of the class, and you have to have some sort of visual prop. You can have a paper that you pass out to all the students, or a PowerPoint, or a poster or something.
My journal review is on assessing the potential for stock enhancements in the case of the Chesapeake blue crab, Calamectus sapidus, and the scientists wanted to see if large-scale enhancement projects would help the severely depleted crab populations in Chesapeake Bay. So they picked 4 locations in different coves that were fairly secluded, and they observed first the natural wild crab populations to see the densities, and also to make sure there weren't too many fishermen around, because that would affect the experiment. And the 4 questions they kind of wanted to answer were, how many hatchery crabs will make it to maturity, and how long do the hatchery crabs stay in their release area, when is the best time to release crabs, during the spring or summer, And will the hatchery crabs overcome the wild crab population? So the scientists concluded that their experiment was successful, but before they start any large-scale experiments like this in the Chesapeake Bay, they need to look at different aspects like fisheries, how it would affect the economy of the area, and also it's a costly project, so it would have to be considered much more before they do anything drastic.
Journal Club is a unique experience where everybody goes and searches for interesting articles that have that are based on scientific research, and they all have a procedure, results, and analysis, and then you present that article to the class and you put your own critique into the article, saying what they did well, what they did wrong, or what they should have done better, and what's included in the article. And the basis of Journal Club is just to kind of learn about things that are going on in everyday life.
Alright, for my paper, I actually researched a paper about ant foraging behavior in the Brazilian tropics. There were two species of ants, Crematogaster and Pseudomyrmex. One is a lot larger than the other, and so these scientists wanted to discover if there was any different foraging behaviors between the two species of ants. In the experiment, they determined that the Crematogaster attacked in larger numbers, and they can defend off a single Pseudomyrmex ant much greater than once a Pseudomyrmex ant can defend off a bunch of Crematogaster ants.
What is Journal Club? Journal clubs were, in my opinion, a group of students that gather together and present different ideas on a main topic to each other about random things they study. Like if it was evolution, we have a classmate who's studying Bigfoot. Journal club is when a group of students have a main topic and each one studies a minor thing within the topic and then gives a presentation on it. In their presentations, they'll describe a journal, how it was performed, who did it, and they'll critique how well it was performed. Whether it was strong, whether the outcome was correct or not. And afterwards, everyone else in the group will give the presenter questions, trying to determine what they learned from the presentation. Afterwards, the presenter gives one final take-home message, the key thing to remember from the new topic within the Journal Club. Thank you. Have a good day.
Club is where the people learn about science, you dig?